it's Adam from My Music More. Welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to go ahead and remake from scratch Playboi Carti's Backdoor featuring Kendrick Lamar Jhené Aiko. The tempo for this one is 142 beats per minute, and the track is produced by Keanu Beats, Ojivolta, Twisco, Nagra, and Darius, Rameshni. So to kick things off, we're going to start off with that sample, but before we bring it in, we're going to change over our transport mode in our session to automatic mode. This way, when we bring in that sample, it's going to be really easy to chop it up. So the sample used in this track is Beverley Night's Mutual Feeling. I'm going to drag it in, logical analyze it, and spit out a tempo, and everything is lined up to the grid. Makes it really easy to find where you need to chop up and get a perfect loop. So what we're gonna do here is, first and foremost, we just want to isolate the vocals. So we're gonna go ahead and go to processing and go to stem splitter. And we can split out everything if we want, we'll just leave it like that, that's fine. But we really just want to focus on the vocals. So let's go ahead and click split. Logic will go ahead and split that into 4 different categories. And the sample start time is at bar 14. And it's gonna go for 4 bars, right? So we're gonna go here. I'm going to solo out the vocals, and this is what it sounds like. So that is the loop that is used in the track. So what we're going to do is just going to chop up on the one right here, chop up on the 18 over here. And let's go ahead and just duplicate this track. Actually, before we do, let's turn on flex mode. Make sure that all these regions are on flex mode. This way, when we go ahead and change the tempo, it's going to automatically adapt to that new tempo. Let's go ahead and duplicate this track. We'll copy down this vocal sample that we need, and we'll just bring it to the top. Just make our session nice and clean, and we don't need any of this stuff. So we can actually go ahead and just hide it and get it out of the way. Just make sure everything's muted. All right, just like that. Let's bring the sample over to bar 1. And the next thing we gotta do is change the tempo over to the backdoor tempo. So we're gonna hit this drop down right over here, go to tempo, we'll go to a new tempo set. And we're gonna change the tempo over to, we can change it over to keep, and we'll go to 142 beats per minute. You can see this sample automatically stretched out to the new tempo. And it sounds like this now. The next thing we gotta do is take that sample and pitch it up 2 semitones. So we'll select our region and go option arrow up, 1, 2. And next we'll just add some processing to the sample. So the first thing we're gonna do is gonna bring in EQ and just take out some of the top end. We'll take out some of the low end. I'm just gonna do a little fade at the top and bottom of it so there's no clicks and pops. We'll go 10 and 10. Don't need anything more than that. The next thing that we're gonna do is going to go Control Command P, and we'll bring in Logic's chroma. Sorry, not chroma. We want some chorus first. And what we're gonna do here is just use the default setting that loads up. Just widens up that sample a bit. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring in some reverb. So Control Command P is the shortcut to bring up this window here. And we'll search for Logic's chroma verb, and it sounds like this. All right, now we're gonna bring in that piano that happens in the background. I'm gonna select our soft transmission track over here. We're actually gonna bring in a preset found under piano. We'll go to processed. And the one that I want to use here is the soft touch piano. Let's go ahead and draw in a pattern. going to stretch these chords out. And then we're just going to do one more last chord in here, just like this. And then we're just going to add in some bass notes here just to fill it out a bit. So I'll add in some low notes here, just following the same bass note from here. We'll stretch that out. Oh, stretch that out and back down to the C. All right, so there's our main piano melody. Next, what we got to do now is simply just select all of our notes, and we're going to add some flam to it just so that it's not hitting all on the one at the same time. So it's going to have like a little strum to it. So once again, select all of your MIDI notes. We'll go over here. We're going to quantize our notes here to 8s, just so that's locked in, because you got to have a quantized value before you set the Q flam value. And then as I pull this up, you'll see our notes move over to the side like that, but we don't want to do it that much, right? So let's do a little bit, something like that. So before it sounds like that, and then after it, gives them a nice little something extra to the sound there. And what we want to do now is just layer this up with some strings. So we're going to bring in Logic's Alchemy. And for that, we're going to go over and bring in a preset called Dark Ensemble. Here it is right over here. We'll leave it on the dark performance. Let's just close this out for now. I'm going to take out these two top notes here. Just layer that in with it. All right, next we'll get to the drums. So I am going into my deconstructed kit of iMusic. We'll go to the backdoor track. If you're interested in all the drum samples from iMusic by Playboi Carti, link will be down below. We're gonna start off with that snare. Actually, we can just bring in everything here because we're gonna use all the samples. We'll drag it into a drum machine designer so we don't need to open that back up again. And I wanna start off with the snare. So the snare's down here. And then what we gotta do here is just add a secondary one here. Actually, this one comes out. And this one gets moved to the last beat. All right, next, let's get to that open hat. And for this one, it's gonna go happen on the beat right here. And then we'll just duplicate that over, and it's gonna happen on the last beat. All right, next, let's get to that hi-hat. So to make things easy, we'll just create a pattern region. We'll just have a repeat on 8s. We'll convert that over to MIDI. And we'll just go ahead and focus on some of the rules. So for the first bar, it's just a straight 8th 2-step. Then we get a little bit of a roll right over here. And then we get another roll here. Let's just bring this one back like that. All right, and then we're gonna carry on and go to the last bar here. And we get like another roll over here, except it's going to be a really fast one. So we'll go over to our brush tool and let's go to 32 steps. Actually, I think I want it to be faster. So it's 64. Yeah, that's the one I want. And we get another roll right over here as well. All right, next, let's get to that second hi-hat. So let's just duplicate that over. And we'll add a triplet over here as well. So I'm going to go to a 32 triplet. All right, next, let's get to that 808. There are a couple patterns. We'll get to the first one here. So it's basically just going to follow the bass pattern of the chord progression. Now, of course, let's bring it down to a lower octave. So Command A, and we'll just go Shift Option down till we get to the octave that we need. And then we're just going to adjust the 808 a little bit just on the way it hits. So what we're going to do is take this over here, and we're just going to drag this down just to make it sort of hit a little bit harder at the top and then tie out a little bit faster. Otherwise, it kind of rings out a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little too much. And we can leave it on classic mode so that after the last note hits, it doesn't roll into the next pattern. And then we're going to bring up Logic's Fat Effects. Bring in Logic's Fat Effects for some distortion. It's not distortion, just to make it a little bit more louder and in your face. So what we're going to do is turn off all this. We'll leave the compression on. And I'm just going to bring down the compression actually a little bit here. And we'll just pull up this input here on our soft clipping. Just to add a little more drive to it. And then on our output stereo track, we're just going to set our limiter over here just so that's not clipping. All right, so that's good. Let's go ahead and copy that over and get to the second 808 pattern. Let's select everything, copy that over. And the 808 is going to go something like this. So we're just going to move that over. Let's get in a scissor tool here. This comes out. Add in another hit over there. This one comes out, and we're going to stretch this out to here, and we'll add in a higher octave, 808 like that. Except it's got to be on the right note. Add another hit over there, and we're going to add in another higher octave 808 going like that. All right, let's get to 808.3. So once again, we'll copy over everything. And for the 808, it switches up like this. So we'll add in another hit right there. Except this one gets dropped down. This gets dropped, and this gets removed. Actually, this gets pushed back and it goes like this. Next, let's get to the last sound, which is open hat number 2. And for this one, what we're gonna do is copy over everything once again, except we're gonna remove the 808 and snare. And it's gonna sound like this. And we're only adding really one hit here for the open hat. And that's it. And that's pretty much it. Next, what I'm gonna do is gonna mix it, arrange it, and we'll come back. We'll take a listen to how everything sounds together. Playboi Carti's Backdoor featuring Kendrick Lamar and Jhené Aiko, remade in Logic Pro. That right there is Playboi Carti's Backdoor featuring Kendrick Lamar and Jhené Aiko, remade in Logic Pro. If you're Logic Pro users out there, I'm going to go ahead and save this entire session for you. Place it as a downloadable link below this video. If you don't use Logic, I got your back as well. I'm going to export on the MIDI stems, audio stems, and of course include that drum kit that you heard in this remaking. Find that entire playback down below the like button as well. If you do have any questions on this or just want to chat or have any suggestions for future videos, go chat down below. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.